it's hard for me to decide where this guy traveled from in terms of like the time machine that he used, because it feels a little bit like and this is for you, Brandon, a Kate and Leopold situation. You know, Shriver. Right. So the guy from like, what was he in the 1700s, played by Hugh Jackman? Hugh Jackman comes
forward in time. He's Liv Shriver's great grandfather. Comes forward in time to date, I want to say, Meg Ryan, who was an advertising executive trying to sell butter. And
trying to have it all. Yeah. This is like a much grosser kind of like manifestation of that dynamic, maybe, because this is a Georgia state representative, Vernon Jones, Republican, and was a Democrat, then loved Trump, now is a Republican, speaking about race in America. And not sure what textbooks he's reading from, but they definitely, I mean, even as bad as our textbooks are in this country right now, these are at the very least like 50, 60 years old.
This is what he said yesterday. He said, at this church, I'm a white boy, but I'm not stupid. Vernon, I mean,
let me drop back.
I'm a white boy, but I can jump.
My good friend. Being Latino is no race. There's only three races: Mongoloid, Caucasoid, and Negroid.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, let's go back. Let's just hear that again.
Okay. That was not what I thought he was going to say. I thought he was going to be like black, white, and Asian.
I mean, we tested out something like 1884.
This is pre-Boaz. Yeah.
I mean,
we're getting off we're looking at the skull bumps over here.
This is he went into the phrenology books before his cable news appearance, as you do.
This is what he said yesterday. He said, at this church, I'm a white boy, but I'm not stupid. Vernon, I mean, where'd that come from?
Let me drop back for a second. First of all, Jason, my good friend, being Latino is no race. There's only three races: Mongoloid, Caucasoid, and Negroid. But liberals create this whole new class or a new race called Latinos. They are no race. And it is very clear. He did say that Hispanics are more diverse in their thinking than African American, not diverse in where they come from. As a matter of fact, Spaniards have nothing to do with Mexicans, and they all speak the same language. But again, liberals created this race and made it unique based on you speaking Hispanic.
Sorry, can we just...
Latino is not the same thing as Hispanic.
Is he arguing that like the ethnic data in the United States, when it comes to like including all people who speak Spanish into one race, is a little scientifically inaccurate? That's a fair point, but I'm not sure how concerned he is with scientific accuracy when he's categorizing people into three races.
Monogloid?
Monogloid.
Yeah. He also got it wrong. Because that was the other thing.
Excuse me, it's Mongoloid. Get it right.
It is. I mean,
Vernon.
If you're gonna pause to say the most like insane shit you could possibly say, at least have the decency to get it correct.
Like when you get words in your vocabulary through like reading them, it's one thing for I don't know, I can't name an example off the top of my head, but you don't want it to be Mongoloid.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, it's me mispronouncing Nishi the other week.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Yeah, when you have to dust out one of those words for the first time, like maybe there's a reason Mongoloid isn't in currency to where you're hearing it pronounced. And you have to do like Monogloid.
It's why they print the pronunciation for Fage yogurt on the tin, so you don't just walk up.
The same reason exactly.
Same reason.
Let's go back here.
Have nothing to do with Mexicans, and they all speak the same language. But again, liberals created this race and made it unique based on you speaking.
I mean, this is the point. Like, race is a social construct, and he's making that point by accident.
So I wouldn't say
the creation of it.
Yeah.
Again, I wouldn't say the Spanish have nothing to do with Mexico. That's a very like. There's a reason why they speak Spanish in Mexico and in Spain. It's not because they're the same race, but there is a very important reason.
Yeah, exactly.
Binda, you're not coming through, by the way, I don't think, so we might need a refresh on your end.
Yeah, we can't hear you. All right, well, there's Bradley. Hello. in the Brunson
Yep.
jersey. All right, let's keep going.
They'll have to change the saying to "It's okay to be Caucasoid." It's not a.
Yeah, how many poll respondents would that? Is it okay to be a Caucasoid?
I want that on like a yard sign. In this house, we respect the Caucasoid.
I love that he thinks he found like, oh yeah, there is only 3 races. Obviously, it's the Mongoloid, the Caucasoid, and the Negroid.
Duh.
Jesus Christ, bro.
Have nothing to do with Mexicans, and they all speak the same language. But again, liberals created this race and made it unique based on you speaking Hispanic or Spanish. So let's be clear about that. And 2, when Joe Biden stands in front of a black college like Morehouse and Spelman, he says that the reason why black businesses aren't as successful as whites is because they don't have lawyers and they don't have accountants. That is racist. That shows how naive he is. And to say he's 80 now saying that, how about when Joe wasn't 80, when Joe didn't want black people to go to his neighborhood and go to school? I didn't say it. Kamala Harris said it. So Joe has a long history of bigotry. Joe has a long history of being with racists, such as who? Robert Byrd. Robert Byrd was the founder, I should say, the chapter president of the Ku Klux Klan in the state of West Virginia.
Gents,
and so to try to give Joe Biden the pass is just not fair.
Guys, I love you both.
What is his response going to be? Like, I mean, I can only imagine where he's going to be. I want to just address every point from the beginning with Negroid and going forward. But no, I mean, I think the point about Joe Biden being racist, obviously, but, you know, the point Joe Biden made about there being less black accountants and lawyers and, is just true. And we know that it also makes the black people and the black community a bigger target for predatory institutions because they have less financial literacy and less access to financial services through just like their general familial and family circles. And that's why banks like Wells Fargo, when they were sending out predatory loans, would discriminate towards black people.
Yeah.
It's actually really useful that he deployed those oids because it actually shows how constructed and bullshit race is. And like now but yet we still have a freak out if someone says like, oh, white is just like Caucasoid. Like it is as artificial and basically political as those supposedly like scientific sounding classifications that were just basically like ways to justify different hierarchies.
Ben, are you back?
Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can.
Perfect,
Just in time for us to wrap up the show.
Sorry.
That's
okay.
Well, at least you made it through most of it before the hiccup happened. Mongoloid.
Did I miss the guy updating his language to describe people more accurately? Did he get to that point or
not quite?
No?
Not quite.
No. All right.
Yeah.
Maybe in a couple of years he'll do that same type of segment again, and I don't know, use the term Orientals. Maybe he'll get that close to.
But that might be a little too modern for him, honestly.
The concept of dividing humankind into 3 races called Caucasoid, Mongoloid, and Negroid, originally named Ethiopian, was introduced in the 1780s by members of the Göttingen School of History and further developed by Western scholars in the context of racist ideologies during the age of colonialism.
That's what I'm saying. This is a Kate and Leopold situation. He's been transported from the olden times here for like a
He's missing a fourth though.
Romantic comedy.
Australoid is
Australian.
Oh, right.
They're the 4th race, modern Australian.
Crikey.
Todd Cobell, that guy bowling forgot the 4th race, the Freakazoid. Sees the means of gains productions. Shit, as a Mexican, I didn't know I didn't exist. Jason, Minnesota, this guy's making up new Pokemon. Bullprog. The what's he call it? The
Mongoloid. It's he butchered it.
He said monogloid.
The monogloid levels up into the
sounds like something in your bloodstream. I'm high on monogloid.
Take 2 monogloid and call me in the morning.
Caucasoid sounds so funny.
Sounds dirty.
It sounds like a Power Rangers villain.
The CDC doesn't want you to know that's what cures the COVID. There, you just gotta rub it on your gums.
Where's Joe Rogan on the Caucasoid prophylactic
Prime
use?
Caucasoid over there.
Yeah, there we go. Ooh.